I got a few people I'm going to track down and mete out some justice to.
That's the Purge, not a
Yes.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, friends and fans, and welcome to another edition of GalaxyCon Live, where we are bringing the convention experience directly to you. And today we are going back to the woods, the camps, and the compounds with several fantastic actors from The Walking Dead. And without further ado, let's bring on today's guests. Our first guest is an actress and writer whose credits include Lethal Weapon, Smilf, and Wu-Tang in American Saga. Today she joins us to discuss the role of Juanita Sanchez, aka the machine gun-wielding princess. Please welcome Paola Lázaro.
Hi everybody.
Hey, Paola, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
I am well. What corner of the world are you in for the holiday season?
Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Ooh.
Nice. I'm not too far away from you. I'm over here in Orlando, Florida. So,
oh, there we go.
Yeah,
close by.
Distance,
come by to visit.
Okay, done and done. Well, Paola, thanks for joining us here in our online forum. So glad to have you here.
Very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, very welcome. And next, he is an actor and impressionist whose body of work includes What If, Avengers Endgame, and Invincible. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of the stalwart Aaron. Please welcome back Ross Marquand.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ross, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I am well in my corner of the world. How are things in yours?
They're just fine. It's fine. Yeah. How's Orlando right now? How's the weather?
Even by Florida standards, it's unseasonably warm for this time of year. It's like we're in like the 81-ish or something. So, good for the tourists, I guess, which is the cornerstone of our economy. So, anyways, Ross, so glad to have you back. I didn't get a chance to say this last time you were here, but I just want to say thank you again for the Red Skull in Avengers, and capturing that role so very well, and my fingers are crossed that because as I understand it, the Red Skull escaped. We don't know where or what he is. So
on one timeline, he's definitely escaped at least, and that's the fun thing about where it's at now is that there's all these different fracturing of the world. So who knows?
Indeed, and as the voice of Ultron in What If, you're certainly a part of that as well.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun as well. I'm so happy. If you guys haven't seen that, you got to check it out. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. Again, great work, man. Great to have you here. But we're here to talk about The Walking Dead, and let's bring out our next guest. He is an actor whose credits include The Wire, Oz, and of course, Starship Troopers. Today, he joins us to discuss the role of Father Gabriel. Please welcome back Seth Gillum.
Woo. All right. Smattering of applause. I like it.
Seth, how are you doing? Where are you at?
I'm around the corner from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where my kid was just playing a high school basketball game.
Nice. Did he win?
They did win. Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Right on. Well, Seth, thanks for joining us here today. What's the temperature there?
Cold and getting colder.
Okay, then I won't talk about the temperature here in Orlando, and I'll just say welcome back to the GalaxyCon virtual stage, and thank you all for joining us today on our online forum. Our team's going through the chat room right now, pulling out the questions for you. In the meantime, I'd just like to throw this out. Any television show or film production is fraught with, let's just say, peril. Any show involving special effects, those chances are quintupled. So for each of you, what was the craziest day you all experienced on the Walking Dead set?
I think for me it was the day the day that I had to face plant in the mud river in the episode One More that Ross and I did during the early days of the pandemic. That was the craziest day because it was pretty cold, and I could really only go face first 3 times, Ross? Did I do it 3 or 4 times? But I couldn't feel my feet by the end of it. It was just kind of miserable.
Was it real mud?
But just miserable. No, it was supposedly this edible mud, but you know what? It tasted just like mud. So they did a great job with that.
It's amazing.
Oh! You didn't want it to taste like mud. When you said you want artificial mud, I thought you wanted it to taste like the real thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think for me was the day that I shot those guns for the first time. I never shot a gun in my life, and it was just the kickback of it. It was so intense. I don't think I ever want to shoot a gun again. It really scared me.
You had the saw weapon, the fully automatic,
and it weighs like 25 pounds.
Yeah. You could easily sprain your shoulder. You could sprain your shoulder misfiring one of those things. Yeah, you gotta be real careful with the kickback. Just right up there against the shoulder.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That and the explosion of the minefield that day.
Yeah. Your character really had a fun debut.
I had a blast. So yeah.
I think for me, the Negan lineup when we first really encountered Negan for the first time, and just having to be on our knees in the freezing cold, crying over and over again for several days in a row, and then of course, finding out who was going to die the next year was like, that was just a real kick to us both personally and emotionally for the show. It was rough shit.
Were you actually crying, Ross, or were you just making the crying face?
I was crying. I gotta say, I think everyone pretty much everyone was actually crying. Pretty
good. Good.
We went for it that day, man. For those days, yeah. It paid off. That was one of the seminal scenes of the whole series. No question about it. No question about it. Very good. Well, we are good to go on audience questions, so thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. Let's go ahead and hit on our first one from our audience, and this comes from Sam, who wants to know, how did each of you prepare for your role on the show?
I think for me, in terms of tapping into Princess's wild character and her funny side and which she uses as a defense mechanism, I had to tap into when I was like 7 years old. I was just like that, so I really had to go back and remember my childhood and like the crazy things I used to do, and just to get somebody to laugh and be happy for a little bit. So I think I really just sat down with myself and thought about that for a while.
Fair. Did you go delve into the comics?
Yes, I did. And I was so pumped. When I saw the character in the comic books. It really grounded it for me and just brought it home for me and made me 100% more excited than I already was.
Awesome. Very cool. Who's next? Ross, you got one?
Yeah, so Jordan Woods Robinson and we sat down for several nights in a row over jars of moonshine that we procured from someone on our show, and I won't say who, but we just kind of created this backstory, this like years long backstory of how we met in DC, and that helped more than anything, because we talked to Scott Gimple in the beginning, and I said, do you want me to just pull everything from the page of the comics and base the character on that? He said, definitely base as much of the characters you want on that, but ultimately I want you to make it your own. And there was a lot of freedom in that, which was nice, because Jordan and I just got to create this entirely intricate backstory, and I think that really helped flesh out those characters a lot.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Seth, how about you?
Oh, yeah, hold on one second. There's a guy talking very loudly on his cell phone. Very loudly on the cell phone. Very loudly. What the hell?
New York, baby.
New York. Yeah, I just put on the wardrobe and voila, Father Gabriel. There's not a lot of preparing that goes into it. I learn the lines, I put on the wardrobe, they put the eye in my head, and then I'm ready to go.
Right on. Yep. It's called acting.
It's called acting, baby.
Yep.
And there you have it, Sam. Great question to start us off with. Thank you. Hey, what do we have next? From Kyle. I'm going to rephrase this question. Has anyone found themselves in possession of anything from the set?
I kept my kukri from season 8 because they apparently wanted me to train with it at home, and then I just forgot to get it back. So I have a really badass blade that I still have at home. I probably should give that back at some point. I don't think I'm going to, but
I think if they haven't asked for it, then you're good.
Yeah.
I kept something from the Talking Dead set. When I went to do it in person for the first time, which was this year back from COVID, I kept this. They had like these little figurines that the set deck made of the walkers that were in bags from the first episode of season 11. And it's like a little figurine of like a dead walker inside this bag, folded up. And I thought it was the cutest thing. So now I have it as a display in my house.
That is adorable. And I love the fact you took it from the Talking Dead set.
Oh, yeah. Great. I asked, I was like, can I keep this? And they were so moved because nobody notices those little things. And I was just like geeking out about it. So I was like, please. And they gave it to me.
All right, right on. There you go.
Yeah.
Seth, nothing?
No, I keep the thermal underwear that they give us to wear under our wardrobe on cold days. In fact, I'm wearing some of the thermal underwear from the set right now.
There you go.
It's all about practicality, baby.
And not without good
That's
reason.
right.
Okay, you know. Yeah, I never heard of the wardrobe department wanting the underwear back, but first time for everything. Kyle, there you have it. Great question. Thank you. What's next? From Jenna. Who is everybody's favorite villain from the show?
Negan. That's all I have to say. Negan. That's it.
Negan, yeah.
I mean, Alpha was badass, and just the whole storyline was amazing. I would have to say both of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alpha as well because like she just really embodied like what it meant. I think to be like absolutely crazy during the apocalypse. Like I think most people, if they saw reanimated bodies walking around, you'd be out of your mind. You'd be terrified. You'd lose your shit. So the fact that Alpha really just did go absolutely full tilt crazy. I thought she was the most interesting and complete villain on the show for sure.
Yeah, absolutely fair.
Yeah, I like the cannibals. Andrew J. West is cute.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. I'm fond of the governor myself.
All right.
Yeah, just that. No, we can get this work. Just listen to me, and the demagogue. So there you go, Jenna. Great question. Thank you. What do we have next? From Joshua. What was everybody's most emotionally intense moment during the show?
I think for me it was the episode that I was introduced and had to Father Gabriel had to confess under the strong arm of Rick's guidance, had to confess his sins about locking his congregation out of the church. Right. When the world fell apart. That was because I had to cry for that one pretty heavily, and I guess I started crying on the wide shots, which are the camera way back at the end of the room, and just cried continually for the rest of the day as the camera slowly inched closer to my close-up. So that was about maybe 4 hours of weeping, and by the end of that, I mean, it was hot, but I didn't even have sweat. Just all the fluid in my body came out of my eyes.
Yeah, you must be completely dehydrated. It was worth it though, because that was an incredible scene, Bros.
Nice, thank you.
It really was.
Paola, you got one?
Go ahead. No, you go.
Okay, I was going to say that for me, I think we've had obviously the lineup with Negan, and then of course when Eric died. But I actually think the most emotionally intense scene that we did was one that Seth and I did for one more. When I'm tied up and we're having to play that game of Russian roulette, because that was just like, oh, we're now contemplating our own death, like our own mortality, and what's going to happen now. Like if my friend dies, how is this guy going to kill me, or am I going to be set free? Am I going to be able to see my daughter again? There's just so much loss that's occurred for both of these men, and the fact that they have to like decide between killing themselves or killing their friend, on top of all the other loss and all the people that they'd be leaving behind, both of our kids. That was just awful. I mean, that was such a gut-wrenching scene to shoot.
Yeah. You were great in that, Ross.
Well,
by the way, if I haven't told you that.
Thanks, man. You were great.
You guys were amazing. That's one of my favorite episodes. You guys were. It was so good to just get to chill with you guys, and like have a moment of you guys drinking and like just. I don't know. We rarely have those moments on the show because of the apocalypse, but to have that moment to really see those characters interact was great. I think for me, definitely the train car episode 20 of season 10. Not only were we in the height of COVID and we didn't know really how to approach it, but just going back on those memories of what happened to her, which are very similar things to what happened to her in the comic books when she was a kid. That was really hard for me. And a recent scene that I did that I can't really talk about, which was emotionally draining. But I think those two moments were really, I don't know. And as an actor, it's such a gift to be able to do those. That's that's not the only thing you want to do, but it's truly a gift to be able to get something so meaty and really map out those monologues.
Yeah, very much so. So stay tuned. Coming soon, a really good scene for you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you, Joshua. Great question. What do we have next? From Jason. Oh, how would each of you try to survive a zombie apocalypse?
Well, first off, if the world were to fall apart like that and there was no law and there was no order, I got a few people I'm going to track down and mete out some justice to.
That's the Purge, not a Walking Dead.
It's a mixture of both.
Exactly.
But I'm with you.
He is a vengeful priest. He is a vengeful priest for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a list too. So. Ross got one.
Well, I always say I would just go to a Costco, get all my friends in there, and fuse the door shut, and then have people arming it 24/7, like guarding it. Like if you can find yourself a Costco, that's the best place to be. Arguably,
that's brilliant, actually.
Lived there for 20, 30 years.
But Ross, I'm going to Sam's Club, not Costco. Am I doomed?
Yeah, I mean you gotta show that membership card to get in for sure.
Yeah, I have mine here. Hey Ross, can I be invited to that? I have a membership card. It's not the gold member, but
Do you have the executive or basic level? What do you have?
The basic.
The one that's $45 a year. If it's just $10 more a year, you can get the executive membership. It's much better.
Okay,
you got
awesome.
More perks.
I think
that's great.
And then you'll let me in?
Yeah.
While you're waiting for your membership card to come, Paola, you and I can go on that killing spree that I was talking about.
Oh, perfect. I know some people. I know some people who can help with that too. I have some cousins. Actually, they're in the Bronx, so we can just zip right over there. I'm joking. I actually don't have any cousins in the Bronx. But anyway, I think I would come back to Puerto Rico because it's a Caribbean island and it's a place that I know. And a lot of fruit and vegetables grow pretty easily. So I think I would come back here. And it's surrounded by water, so we can just like push the zombies into the water, let them drown. Goodbye.
There you go. That works. That works. Me, if you can't beat them, join them.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
What's happening? No. No.
There you go, Jason. Great question.
What happened there? Oh, yeah.
It was our producer, Paul. He does that. Jason,
Jonah.
good question. Thank you. What do we have next? Here's our Lawrence. Ooh, what was everybody's first acting role? Or what would you consider to be your first acting? I mean, professional actor, whatever you think. Okay, I am an actor now, as opposed to maybe something as a little kid or something like that.
Oh,
I was Prince Edward of Wales
it always
in a
starts out
production
rough.
of Richard III at the Delacorte here in New York City with Denzel Washington playing Richard III. So that was pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that was my
That's
first
amazing.
job.
Wow.
Oh my God, what a great
on you,
first
brother.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was not
I
that
believe I played a prostitute. I played a prostitute in a. I played a prostitute in a film. Not a pornographic film, a regular film. A film for the movie theaters, regular movie theaters.
Yes. Right.
I'm gonna be silent now, but yes, I played a prostitute from the Bronx, actually. And that's when I realized I really am an actor now.
There you go. All right.
There you go.
Ross, when did you think you had arrived?
I mean, I think I did like extra work when I first got to LA for like a year and a half. That's what everyone tries to do to get their SAG card. And I body doubled for Brian Krause on Charmed. And then I got my SAG card
Nice.
from that, which was very nice. And I've met him several times, and he's a good dude. But God, I think my first like big breakthrough was Mad Men. I did I played Paul Newman in Mad Men years ago, and it was like,
Yeah.
you could barely see me in the frame, but it was like that was like, oh cool, I think I finally had that breakthrough role. It'll help me get other things, and it did. So yeah.
There you go.
That was fun.
There you have it. Great question. Thank you for that one. What do we have next? From Andre. What is everybody's favorite episode of the show and why?
The Grove. That's a Look at the Flowers episode. That's my favorite.
Yep,
'Cause
me
it's
too.
Is it? Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
Gimple wrote
Yeah.
that, but like it's so well written, so well acted, and it's just I think it really tackles what would actually go into people's minds if they're like, hey, how do we start a family? How do we get restarted? Isn't this kind of nice? Don't you want to just see what can come of this? And then of course everything just goes awry. But I think that's the core of the show more than anything, that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite episode also.
Nice.
Yeah. Am I muted? Am I unmuted?
No, you're on. You're good.
Sorry, because there's sirens coming along. You know, New York City, baby. New York City.
Oh, good, brother.
I'm gonna run into this restaurant. Yeah, I think my favorite episode was One More because I was in it. Just telling you the truth, baby.
And why wouldn't that be? There you go. Andre, great question. What do we have next? Let's get situated. From Rose. What does everybody think their character's biggest strength is?
That's a good question, actually. Really good question, Rose.
I think it's for Father Gabriel. It's his ability to mend broken bones with his hands. We haven't seen it yet because they've cut those scenes out. But when they happen, when they find their way into one of these episodes, it's really going to blow people's minds.
It was a very touching episode. I remember that.
Look forward to it.
I think for Princess it's her loyalty and her love of people, and also her vulnerability. But definitely her loyalty is what really like drives her to. It'll drive her to do anything, just to make sure that her friends and the people she loves are okay.
Yeah, there you have it. Cool.
I think Aaron's mace arm. That's his biggest strength. It's really cool.
Yeah.
You get a mace arm.
Yeah, there you have it. Rose, great question. Thank you.
Yeah, you good.
Here's one from Andrew. Who inspired each of you to become an actor, and what does that person mean to you today?
Can you repeat the question?
Who inspired you to become an actor, and what does that person mean to you today?
Oh, I was inspired to become an actor by watching Robert De Niro movies. He means nothing to me now because we don't know each other. But he was a great influence on why I became an actor.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
Go ahead, Ross, because I have no idea.
Oh, for me, it was Gary Oldman. I think I saw him for the first time in Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I actually just rewatched that recently. But that performance for me was like, it was so jarring and such an interesting, retelling of this thing that we all know about and have seen a million times. But then I watched his other work and I realized this guy is one of the most inventive, incredible actors I've ever seen, like True Romance and all. I mean, just he's just a brilliant actor. So yeah, and I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to work with him, but his work still just astonishes me every time, and it makes me want to be a better actor.
Oldman's work on as George Smiley on the film version of Tinker Tailor was just astonishing. It is, yeah. I think, it's a gold standard of subtlety and just like the quietness of how to play a character.
Yeah,
so absolutely behind that.
I have a couple of people, but I think one of the biggest ones was Benicio del Toro. Because not only because he was Puerto Rican and from Puerto Rico like I am, I guess that for me was big because I saw somebody from the same place that I grew up be able to do what I wanted to do. That and Martin Short in the movie Clifford. That movie, I used to watch. Yes, I was obsessed with that movie as a kid. The way he just becomes a child, and there's just something so magical for me about that movie. I was just so moved by his performance and it was so funny, and yeah, and I think Ace Ventura also was a movie that I was like, it's a ridiculous film. The first one is amazing, but I still like just seeing these actors like just really live out characters, like no fear, no nothing about not caring about what people think, just really being those characters. I was just blown away by it.
Oh, very nice. Wow. Good.
Have you seen Clifford, Ross?
Yeah, no, I have. I just that's like I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Ross. I'm like that's absolutely charming. That really is. Andrew, great question, and let's roll another one. Here's one from Jay. What was everybody's most physically demanding scene besides the non-edible mud?
Definitely just the whole train car episode, because we had a stunt girl, but I wouldn't let her do anything because I was so excited, and she would teach me stuff. And she was brilliant. Her name's Jess, and she's incredible at her work. And she would teach me, and then I would do it. But at the end of that episode, I ended up with bruises. I had bruises inside in my inner thighs, outside, on my back, here, just here, everywhere. But I wanted to do that, so it's totally on me. But definitely that whole episode.
There you go.
Well, thankfully for me, Father Gabriel hasn't been given too much physical stuff that's really demanding or challenging. It's been more psychological and emotional stuff. So I guess the most difficult thing would be to me, there was an episode where we were clearing the fences from walkers, and we just had to hack and just keep hacking and hacking heads and hacking heads. People would line up at the fence and we would hack them and they would fall, and another line of people would come and we'd hack them and they would fall. And after about a half an hour of hacking, man, you're just tired. Yeah. It's just exhausting, and it's like, well, what the hell, man? What the hell?
Yeah.
I think the most demanding physically is an episode coming up in the second part of the season that we've already shot, but of stuff that fans have already seen. Geez. I mean, the 710, I think, when Rick and Aaron are going to find supplies for Negan and the guys, and we get stuck in that houseboat, that was just like hours and hours of treading water because we couldn't get on and off, and I had to stay wet. So just like literally treading water while we got snapping turtles and water moccasins swimming around.
Oh boy,
that was just like that was pretty freaky, and of course all of the kills on top of that. That was a little weird, but luckily only one person got bit with a snapping turtle, so that was good.
All right, only one. Okay, that's fair. Thank you, Jay. Fun question. What is next? From Lawrence. Which character do you most resemble in The Walking Dead?
Aaron?
Yeah, people tell me I look like Gabriel all the time.
I'd say I most resemble Aaron. Yeah.
I don't write them. I just read them. How about this one from Nikki? If you could swap characters, what character would you be?
I'd love to be Abraham. He got all the cool lines. Abraham got all the really cool, fun lines, and I feel like Aaron is always so diplomatic and so by the book that he never gets to say like the really fun, hilarious lines. But Abraham, man, he got some good ones.
I got a cute little girl here that wants to say hi. Come here. Ven acá. Saluda. Ven acá, Marina. Ven. Saluda aquí. Mira. Oh. Mira, para que te vean.
Oh.
Dile hola.
Hello. Hey, where to go?
Hola.
Hello.
Okay.
Hola.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, now there's a baby. Look at the baby.
Oh no.
Look at the baby.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. Everybody, the whole family's leaving now. Go ahead, guys.
I think I would. I don't know. I like Carl a lot, but he's dead. So I don't know if I'd want to pick somebody who's dead. If I'm going with the living, I would have to go with Carol.
Damn. That works. That works. It works. So, Paola, you could switch into another character.
Okay.
Who'd you pick?
I don't think I want to switch. Sorry.
Fair. No, that's absolutely fair.
I really like playing Princess, but my favorite is Carol. So, I guess, yeah. Well, you know what? I would want to play Daryl.
Okay. There you have it. All right.
Yeah.
There you go, Nikki. Fun question. What is next? Here's one from Jamie. If you could give your character a theme song, what would it be?
Shaft.
That's a Shaft. Yeah.
Shaft. Every time you see Father Gabriel, you should hear the strains of Shaft. That's right, baby.
He's one bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
He's talking about Gabriel.
Dig it.
Dig it.
I do a Red Right Hand by Nick Cage and the Bad Seeds.
All right. Yeah.
If you don't know that song.
God, how do you guys have this already?
Well, just, he's one arm, red right hand. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why it came to my mind, but Take a Walk on the Wild Side.
Lou Reed.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be my song.
Yeah. Those all totally work.
Yeah.
Jamie, thank you. Fun question. What do we have next? From Angeles, would you do more seasons of The Walking Dead if it were up to you?
Like a loaded question planted by AMC.
Yes.
Sure.
Show me the contract.
Now we were hoping it was going to go a few more. So, yeah, I think we all feel that way.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I think we got time for one more. Let's see if we can go out on a really fun one. And this is going to come from James. If you were making a Christmas pizza, what would you put on it?
Ooh, I like that.
Arugula.
Okay.
Yeah. Reindeer chips.
Pepper.
And elf fingers.
There you go.
It's in the season.
Ross, you started with
pepperoni.
arugula?
Oh, Paola's got something.
Oh, so yeah. So,
What do you got?
Paola,
no,
pepperoni?
I won't forget. Oh, pepperoni, fresh basil, because that's red and green, and a drizzle of olive oil. That's it. I'm simple. Of course, cheese. Sorry. Hello. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
I think a nice like fig, brie, thyme, rosemary, arugula, some mushrooms, so porcini,
Caramelized onions.
Caramelized onions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Truffle oil.
Truffle oil for sure. What are you shaking your head? What is this shit? Why are you shaking your head?
Who's
that sounds
supposed
delicious.
to this?
I don't.
Because none of those things
don't
belong
like
on a
what?
pizza. None of them belong on a pizza.
That's not true.
None of them.
Who said
Pizza,
But
dude. What are you
fingers
making?
do?
Mississippi Marsala? What is that? What are you
You're
putting on it?
Fingers on it.
That's right. That's in the spirit of Christmas.
Right.
Just something warm and hearty and delicious. That's what I wanted on the Christmas pizza.
I mean, it sets the fence. He's in New York. We're talking pizza. So,
That's right. That's right. Elf
So,
fingers.
panelists, it's been an absolute delight. Any final words before we take our leave?
Thanks for watching, and we're excited to
Happy holidays and be safe.
Happy holidays and stay safe, everybody. Stay safe.
Happy holidays.
Absolutely. Well, it's been my absolute pleasure to serve you all again. Once again, thank you for joining us on the GalaxyCon virtual stage. Thank you to our audience for joining us. Thank you for those great questions. Have a happy and safe holiday. And please remember, smiles are free. Spend them often.